Where do I start? That is the biggest question I always get from people is where do I start? So for day 43 of 50 ways to rebuild your finances in 50 days, we're going to talk about again where to start. We've been talking a lot about our money personalities and money identities and the subconscious feelings we have from our past. But then where do I begin from there? After I've started healing everything about my money mindset that may have been holding me back, you're ready to get started. You're ready to take action to rebuild. So, one of the first places I love to start, and we're going to be talking about over the next 5 days, but the very first step for day 43 is we're going to draw. I know that sounds super simple, but that's the way my dad taught me since I was 3 years old. He would grab a napkin and a pen from the waitress, and he would start to draw on this napkin, teaching my sister and I about money concepts since we were three. The concept that I have used from that time up until still today is drawing out a triangle. I know, but it makes things so much easier. Think about it. When you have a visual of your money, wouldn't that be a little bit simpler way? Because sometimes we make our money just so much harder than it needs to be. But sometimes if we draw it out and we can see it and we can visualize it day to day as we're going about our day, makes it 10 times easier. So what I want you to do, grab that piece of paper, grab some color pencils, markers, anything that makes you feel good and brings back that kid in you, like when you were 3 and you were just starting to draw. Let's do it. Grab that piece of paper and I want you to draw a triangle. And what this is it's based off of Maslow's hierarchy of need. When my dad would draw the triangle, he would basically explain to us, girls, these are your needs, your food, your water, your shelter, the basic needs that you have in your life that have to be taken care of no matter what. And then these are your wants and these are your desires. So he would walk through that Maslow's hierarchy of need to explain to us basically a budget. That's what he was doing. He was explaining to us a budget so that when we got a little bit older and we started learning how to manage our own money, we would automatically think back to the triangle, Maslow's hierarchy of need. So, what I want you to do is you're going to start out for day 43 drawing out your triangle. Again, I know it sounds simple, but when you start putting things in a visual form on one piece of paper where you always see it, you know what your budget is. And if you know me for a little while, you know I like to call it more your plan for abundance because making our plans, our financial plans, help us plan forward so we can stay ahead. Because as I love to say also, our someday is today. So don't delay. Prepare for your future self so that someday when you have that older person sitting across from you and they say thank you, they're saying thank you to you because you are them. You are talking to your older self and they're basically saying, thank you for starting today and not delaying and making our plan. So get the piece of paper and pencil, draw out your triangle. And we're going to have 5 different pieces. I'm going to drop it in the description below. So you know your first 5 steps in drawing out your hierarchy of need and to saying, what are my basic needs? What are my wants? What are the things that I owe money on? And what is my future ultimate desire of where I want to go? Day 43 of 50 ways to rebuild your finances in 50 days. Let's get started.